ability. Fought hard, played tough. Just had a wonderful conversation with the team as well as the seniors who will never get to play here again. And I apologize on behalf of just myself, staff, or the support staff that we didn't send them out right, which we wanted to, because they deserve it. Apologizing to the fan base. They've been supporting the heck out of us, and they've been showing up and showing out. Another sellout crowd that ended in disappointment. We're so close, is what I told the team we get so far. We just simply truly don't want to win yet. It's not for lack of effort, not for lack of coaching with the staff, support staff, the trainers, and strength and conditioning, and everybody around is doing a phenomenal job. We just can't get over that hump. Another game, right there. I don't know your advantage point, your viewpoint, but it seemed like we were the better team, and we just couldn't get it done. And the best thing about it is that in our first year, we haven't even been here a year, because we're right there. I mean, we're right there getting all these darn games, except for one like that, but sloppy Oregon, that we've had an opportunity to win. Defensively, we sprinted Atlanta with yards rushing 207. Thank God we ran with 77 yards. I don't think we clipped that in a minute. Shador was efficient and effective. Receivers, it's a pretty good thing. We had a couple chops out there. But the defense, we're consistent as we've been in the last two games. I thought it was phenomenal. Marcus is unbelievable. He's a pro. And the amount of finally missed him. I love him, though. I love him, though. I love him to life. He's been knocking it down for us all year, so he is certainly not to blame, because he's one of the reasons we're in the game consistently every week. But I really hate it for our fan base, because they deserve so much better, and we're going to give them better. We're going to get it better, but we're close. We're really close, and I hope they can see it. I hope you can see it. I hope the country can see that we have no quit in this losing. They came right. Our guys came ready to play. They really did. We came up short. Let's go.
Brian, go ahead. Coach Brian Howell from Boulder Canada. That last sequence there, you guys called a timeout before they had the pass to play the Montana Lions straight defense to the one. Did you guys talk about maybe letting them score so you guys get that time?
Yeah, they're not stupid enough to do that. They down the ball. Quarterback read them, to the knee.
I mean, the play before that, the pass play to the one.
We're still fighting. Yeah, we're still fighting at that point. Yeah. That's one. We're still fighting. We're not thinking about letting them score like a touchdown at that point. Because now you're thinking hold them to a field goal, because you go down and get a field goal. You're back in the game. You tie the game. So you're not thinking that at that point.
That's why there was a 3rd and 1 play earlier in the quarter where you guys threw it instead of running. What was the decision there to not just run and try to get that first down on the ground?
You've been watching us all season, right? Thank you. Next question.
Coach, when you talk about it being close, and today it felt like it was those little things, some costly penalties, what goes into teaching the guys to eliminate those little mistakes, big moments?
That's discipline. That's discipline on the field, discipline off the field. If you're undisciplined off the field, you're going to be undisciplined on the field. Those little moments and those little penalties are costly, because at the end of the day, they add up. I mean, they had more yards and penalties than we did. We had 11 penalties. They had 8 for 87 yards. We had 11 for 83 yards. We won the time of possession by 7 minutes. So we control the clock, control the ball. We just came up short. But those costly little penalties, those knucklehead plays for coach every time.
Coach, I almost shot your 24/7 support student. Okay. Obviously, it was far from perfect. Did you feel like the pass protection issues were maybe a little bit better today?
Well, I think he was only sacked 3 times. I think 3 times last week. Just do the math. I feel like he's improving. So I praise the line all game long. It's challenging them to go to another level during the game, but I praise them all game long out there on the field for the protection. They gave us a clean pocket at times. At times he had to scramble. He's going to do that because the opposing team is going to blitz sometimes. But overall, I really think they've improved tremendously.
Coach, Pat Rooney, Boulder Daily Camera. Going back to that third one that Brian asked about, were you guys a little bit out of sync on that play? You know, the play call aside, it seemed like you broke the huddle late and then were sped up trying to get the ball off. What was
Not really. I didn't see it that way. I mean, I'm in the headset and I see when they hear it when they're calling. I know what they want to do. I didn't see it that way at all. What's that? Jimmy, go back.
Coach Jimmy Sirkos, 24/7 Sports. There was some off-the-field antics going into this week on social media and things like that. Is that something y'all?
I didn't. What was it? I didn't get it. Go back.
Upshots and Upshaw was making
Oh,
those.
that's a young man taking advantage of his moment. It is what it is.
But Clint Yates, ESPN. Coach, you talked about the support you've got from this team, from the city over the course of the season. When the season first started, how did you define success? Do you think you've reached it so far?
In many aspects, certainly. Trying to watch my words. Certainly. I feel as though every time these fans come in this stadium, there's an expectation of us to win. I think that's progress. I wasn't here last year, but I'm pretty sure I've talked to some people that I know pretty well. I think there's tremendous progress. We have consistency in several positions that are phenomenal, and I truly feel that there's progress. We have inconsistency in some positions that we can fix. We know the problem, we identified it, and we're going to fix it. That's progress because we know what the problem is, and we have the aptitude to fix it. So I really feel like we're underachieving from my standards. But when you really look at it, I'm pretty sure you see a better football team on the field each and every Saturday. It's excellent fans. Have you been here for a while?
Yeah.
What you think?
I think it's an interesting question as to what success means for this program.
Yes.
Wins are one thing, popularity is another.
Is the team better?
See, it doesn't matter.
Good. This rested right there with exclamation point.
Coach Brian Malch, where's Mile High Sports Radio, final word.
Yes, sir.
Talk about the false man, as you mentioned, everybody expects the fans in the stadium to win.
Yeah.
That's what we expect all the time. That's a different feeling.
But I like that. I like that. They should. They should. And I feel like one thing about it, we're going to give you a good game. We're going to stretch your OC, your DC, your special teams coordinator. We're going to stretch them out and stress them out trying to stop what we're capable of doing. You can see what we need. It's easy for you to look out there and watch us on television and say, okay, I see what they need. They could go get that. That's why I'm excited about tomorrow, but I got to take care of today.
Coach Sean Keeler, the Denver Post. You mentioned how painful being right there is. You said
Yes.
everybody can see it.
Yes, sir.
What factor do you think game management plays in that? And what do you say to people who say, maybe that needs tightening or that needs this?
Everything needs tightening. I mean, I'm not perfect. We're not perfect by any means. You can always second guess everything. But if you're in the headset and you're hearing things and you're seeing what's happening and you know your shortcomings and you know the positive that you have, you may have a whole different perspective if you can hear and see what's transpiring. Shoot, the 11 penalties played a tremendous role. And they're not coached to do that. So please take that in consideration. They're not coached to hit a quarterback late. They're not coached to jump offside. They're not coached to hold. Nobody does that. That just happens. That's part of the game. We just got to be a little more disciplined in those moments.
Hey, Coach, Jack Carlo with
How you
Buffalo
doing, sir?
Squire. Good. Remind me playing got the start opposite
Yeah.
Travis Hunter at cornerback. Just
Yeah.
what's he done the past couple of weeks during that?
He's been a lot more focused, a lot more understanding of the expectation and what we want from him. That we challenge him tremendously all year long. And he stood up to the task over the last probably weekend and a half. I'm really, really proud of him. I really am. He's come a long way just to get on the field and stay on the field consistently. And I hadn't watched the film as of yet, but what I saw with the naked eye, he played 5 a game. With his play, we could have won.
Couple more, go ahead, Ariana.
Ariel Studio 9 News. I know that it's one game at a time, but now you're down to 2 games left in order to get that 6-game kind of threshold for a bowl. What message do you really have for the team to just try to get these next 2 games and to leave there with the 6 wins?
It's not about the next 2 games. It's about one game at a time. It's about doing the little things to win one game at a time. It's about winning the personal battles one play at a time. It's about dominating the guy in front of you and whooping the guy in front of you and being successful versus the guy in front of you. Now, when you get 11 persons on the same page to do that, then that play is successful. So we got to win the down. We got to win the series. We got to win the quarter. We got to win the half. Then we win the game. After we win the game, we do it all over again. So we're not thinking about bowls or we're thinking about just doing what we need to do to improve. And each week I see improvement in certain areas, and each week I see that we got to improve in certain areas. But we sit up here week in and week out, and it's a situation where we could have won. We could have won the darn game. And I like that we should have won. I'm tired of we could have won. I'm tired of that part. We should have won.
Is that frustrating?
Very. It ain't no losing me. It don't sit well with me. It don't rock well with me. It don't lay down with me. I have no lose in me. And we have some phenomenal men in that locker room that feel the same way. We just got to be a lot more disciplined and understand what's at hand and stand up to the task on every darn play. And we're going to get there. I promise you, we're going to get there. I don't know when we're going to get there, but baby, we're going to get there.
Hi, Coach. Troy Finnegan, CU Sports Report.
How you doing, sir?
4th and 1s in the second half, 1 in the third quarter, and 1 after the third quarter. You opted to punt on both of those. From your perspective, with the way the game was going, what was the rationale behind it?
What if you don't get those? What happens? The other team gets momentum, they go down and score. Now you saying, oh my God, you should have. You guys, you go second guess everything. I got it. I'm in practice every day. I know these young men. I'm on the headsets. I hear the calls. I know it's transpiring right there. I know the feeling and the mood of the team. Just so happens, I think we punted the ball to what? Two. And then we held them and they had fun. What happened after that? We scored? Oh, you say nothing about that? I think it was a pretty good decision, wasn't it? In my favor, right? Can we start off with that? About that great decision you made, Coach? I don't need you to slap me on my back because I'm good because my arms can reach back there. But I really just want you to understand these decisions are based on knowledge. We're not guessing. They're based on what we do in practice and the situations we have in practice. I have situations in practice that I will say 4th and 1 on this yard line. Now, if we don't get it consecutively, what do you think I'm going to do with that? That's what I did.
Hey, Coach Tyler King of Denver today. You guys had 24 points and 250 yards in the first half on offense. I know you say it's been a collaborative effort all season for the offensive coaching staff, but an extra week for Coach Trimmer in this new role, did that help at all?
Tremendously. I think you saw it. I mean, we're not doing the, tempo. We're not as tempo as we once were because instead of going fast, I wanted to get it right. And they did a phenomenal job. They did a good enough job for us to win. We just got to support them defensively. That's it. I think he called a phenomenal game. He really did. And they called a phenomenal game because it's a collaborative effort when you hear it on the set. They're really working together as one and they're unified. So it was a great effort. We're not at, brother, if you know it or not, we're not at odds around here. I don't play that. I got to do what's best for this fan base, for the school, for our AD, for our team. The decisions I make, I feel like it's best for us going forward. And that's why I make them. It's okay for you to second guess. I don't mind that at all. Because I've been second guess my whole life. I don't give a darn really. I'm not gonna lose a wink of sleep because you second guessing what I do and what I do. But I make decisions not based on emotions. I make decisions based off facts and based off feelings and based off knowledge and understanding. wisdom. That's why I make decisions. Thank you, my man.
Last one, go ahead, Ryan. Coach, I did want to ask about those 3 times that Bassett pins them inside the 10. Each time defense gets a stop, and then 2 touchdowns on Modest that doesn't really score range. We've been waiting all season to see complimentary football. So how pleased are you with the progress? Are you pleased to see that finally come about?
Yeah. I mean, we still hadn't shown up together in one game yet. What I mean by that is the offense play their butts off, the defense play their butts off, the special teams play their butts off. We still hadn't done it as of yet, but it was close. Special teams did its part, and we scored 31 points. That should be enough to win the football game. That was the challenge that I gave them at the beginning of the week. I said, guys, we need to score at least 31 points, because based on what they surrender and what they score on the road, you come up with all these calculations and you kind of narrow it down. And you say, okay, this is what they normally do, and they've been a consistent team. So that was the number, 31. And I feel like we would win if we scored 31 points, and we came up short.
All right, thank you, Coach.
Thank you. God bless you all. Have a wonderful evening.